Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be asking the cards about your future life partner or your long-term love and trying to see if there's any personality traits or key characteristics that the cards can show us. I have 4 stacks for you all today. We have a red crystal, a blue and clear crystal, a purple crystal, and lastly, we have a white crystal. So choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you. You can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack or stacks you've chosen. Starting off with our first stack here with the red crystal and your future life partner, your long-term love, and their personality. Our first card here, is the 4 of Wands. We have the 3 of Wands, Fork in the Road, and lastly, Maroc, embrace oneness with the universe. So starting off here with the 4 of Wands, we have that celebration card coming in immediately, meaning that it's a good arrival. The time that you two meet, the time that this person comes into your life is a good time for both of you, where it's sort of like you both have a good understanding of a relationship. You're both able to see what the other person wants, and you're able to really agree upon a lot. So maybe it isn't necessarily that you want to get married or that you're even thinking about marriage right now, but this person will have the same mindset when you meet them, and you'll see that they're sort of going along at the same pace as you. With the 3 of Wands coming in next to it, it's seemingly like this person is more on the lookout for somebody who is at the same place that they're at, so with the same mentality. They're not trying to jump into a quick relationship or something that is more of spur of the moment or just to be in a relationship. It seems like somebody who wants to take things slow, try to develop a relationship and see where it takes them. And the personality, a major aspect of it, is this sort of ability to stand still and look at their surroundings. They're able to really understand what's going on and not panic, not worry, not try to fix everything. They're more of like, let's see how this goes so that we can take the best approach. So a really reasonable person, somebody who's very calm, somebody who really knows how to take challenges. And even with this relationship, it seems like when they come in or when you two meet, they're at a point where they were looking for somebody, hoping that somebody would come in, but not necessarily desperate for somebody to come in, not necessarily like adamant about somebody coming in. So it's more of it sort of came out of the blue, and they're really pleased with this relationship because of that ability to just know each other, to really get along well and understand each other. When it comes to their personality, there's a lot of aspects within most of these cards. We see that they're a very bright person, like a more positive person, somebody who's very joyful, who likes celebrating. They're ones who will always make sure to show you how much they care, or it's like if there's a birthday, if there's a holiday, if there's an event, they always try to make it fun and memorable. They love celebration and happiness and just being lively. With the 3 of Wands, we're seeing that more serious person who is on the lookout for things that will improve their life. So improving their place in work, making sure that their savings are in place, making sure that things that they need are always like kept up and everything's going really well. They're a good like planner and somebody who's always sort of looking out for any bumps in the road so that they can either be prepared or so that they can avoid them. It's a good, stable person. Fork in the road comes along saying that this person can handle a lot, whatever is thrown at them. It might be, some huge issue, it might be a little tiny one, whatever it is, they're very capable of handling all issues and really adapting to change. And with that, I would say it's also showing that they're very compatible with your personality, just because of the way that they're able to sort of change the way that they're interacting with a person based on who they know the person is. So they're very like attuned to other people and their personalities and even their logic. They have a great way of really understanding somebody. With Merrick here, embrace oneness with the universe, making me think of somebody who has really found themselves. So it's not somebody who's going on a journey. I would say that they've already sort of completed their journey. So now they're at a point where they're ready for the universe to bring in whoever might come along. This might be a love interest, you know, this might be a career change, whatever it is. But here we're seeing that love interest, and the way that they're sort of thinking when you meet, the place that they're at, it's really like something that they're really accepting of and really sort of inviting into their life. So I see them really embracing this relationship. They seem to be a pretty easygoing person, somebody who's very calm, somebody who's relaxed, somebody you can get along well with. I think they're just such a stable person who really understands their own personality, like the way that they work themselves, what makes them angry, what makes them even slightly upset, what makes them sad. They know all these things, and they've really worked on all those parts of them so that they can be like healthier for themselves, but also healthier in a relationship in the future. So I see this as a very wise person, a very mature person. It doesn't matter what age they are, they just seem like a very mature person. And it seems like if you ever change your mind or have the opportunity to get married or desire getting married, they're willing to get married too. So it doesn't mean that it's just like a life partner. It just seems like this is somebody who is really there in both like sort of like romantic position, but also as somebody who's a major support. So this is also somebody who is a good friend. This is a good friend, a good family person, a good person to rely on, a good person to help support you, to be there for you whenever you need them. That's really what I'm seeing here with this first stack and the rose crystal. And if this is your only reading, or if this is where you're stopping, I hope that you found some message in here that you felt was meant for you. And I want to thank you for watching. I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well. If there's a question you would like asked in a future pick a card video, feel free to leave it in the comments section. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have, please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye. Starting with our second stack here, and your future life partner or your long-term love interest, and this clear crystal with the blue at the end. We have our first card here with Justice. We have the Magician, Blessed, and lastly, Witch. The magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. So this is making me think of somebody, when it comes to this long-term love, when it comes to this life partner, it's somebody who's at a good point relationship-wise. So it's somebody who has been through a couple of relationships, evaluated them all, and sort of understand where others have caused issues and where they have caused issues. So they're very conscious of just issues in general and how to avoid those conflicts and how to resolve the conflicts that are sort of unavoidable. We see the Justice coming in, and they're all about that fairness, making sure that you're heard, making sure that they're heard, making sure that people all around them, like everybody has the opportunity to share their opinion, to let people hear their voice, you know, hear what they have to say. This is somebody who is very caring toward others, wanting people to be happy, wanting people to be in a good place, and wanting to make sure that everybody feels like everything's right, like they're at the point that they should be at. There's somebody who really cares for others and makes sure that life is really well balanced. With the Magician coming up here, I see this person as being somebody who can really handle a lot. Like they can be the person who can solve like the most difficult math equation, but at the same time they're the ones that can like whip together something really quick to eat. They can change light bulbs, and they can like change a tire. They can do pretty much anything they put their mind to. It seems like somebody who's very capable and somebody who is willing to learn when they don't know something. It doesn't matter what gender this is, doesn't matter what age this is. This is somebody who's really trying to constantly adapt to the situation, to be the one that they feel that they should be. So this person knows their capabilities, and they're constantly expanding on those. They're constantly trying to further their knowledge. It's also somebody who likes to entertain others, somebody who likes to be around other people and be the one that makes the mood lighter. So somebody who has a more joking side, a fun side, And even, you know, they might be somebody who just likes to do magic tricks. But with this magician card here, I see it as a more lively version of magician cards. Somebody who's very friendly and approachable. So it really seems like with their personality, they just seem like a really approachable person. Blessed coming in here makes me think that this person wasn't expecting a relationship or isn't expecting a relationship when it comes along. So you coming into their life, whenever this might be, is sort of a surprise to them. They were okay with sort of being single. They weren't quite sure if they wanted to put themselves out there. So it seems more like a surprise relationship than anything. But they seem very happy. Like this is a situation that they're welcoming of. You know, like they are very happy with what comes along. And I think the development of this relationship really makes them feel blessed, makes them feel happy, and like they almost got like a second chance here. And that could be where the Justice card is coming in. Things might have been bad in the past, and when this relationship comes along, it's finally that relationship that they were hoping for, the relationship that they deserve. The magic you seek is inside of you also leans into that blessed, that feeling of finally having what you had hoped for, finally having what you had desired and worked very hard for. But overall, it seems like when you two meet, this person has really gone through an understanding of their own personality, of their own issues in the past. And it's not to say that the relationships were bad or anything major happened. It just meant that they learned from those relationships that ended, and they were able to use those endings as something that reshaped them into a more positive light. But with that blessed card, it really does seem like this is something that they had hoped for, something that they had wanted, but they didn't know it was this relationship. It could have been that they had hoped that somebody new would come into their lives, but just as a friendship, you know, or just, you know, something good in general. They might have been hoping that the universe would give them some good news and walks you. But I see it as them really being in a good place mentally. They seem like they're in a good place and they're ready to start up a good long-term relationship. Might not necessarily be marriage. It could be, but that is all entirely up to you. Well, that's what I'm seeing here with this second stack and the clear and blue crystal. If there is a question you'd like to ask in a future pick a card video, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If this is where you're stopping, or if this is your only choice, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you and all your loved ones are doing well and staying safe. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you do, please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye. Starting with our third stack here and this purple crystal. The first card we have for your life partner or your long-term love interest here is the Seven of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, Come to the Edge, and lastly, Epiphany, reveal your gifts. So we're seeing somebody who is very confident, very strong-willed, somebody who is a go-getter and puts like all of their effort into everything. So with this first card here, with the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Wands here, we're seeing two sort of fire cards. So we're seeing some high energy, some intensity here. And this is a person who's majorly like their personality when it comes to this future life partner of yours or this long-term love interest. The major part of their personality would be this strong-willed nature of theirs. They're always looking forward to every adventure. They want to go out there, put themselves out into whatever they want, and you know, just fully invest everything into any project. So if it's work, they are always more than 100%. When it comes to relationships, always like 120%. It's everything that they can give, they give, and they give in excess. They want to work hard. They want to show how much they care to people. They want to show their hard work and that they're deserving of a lot. So they work even harder to prove to others that they're deserving of their position. They're deserving of what they have in life. They're an incredibly hard worker. And this personality is screaming to me as somebody who is very confident in themselves, very capable, somebody who really knows who they are and is willing to fight for it. It is willing to show others, to say like, this is who I am, and not fight, of course, in a like a yelling way or in a physical way. More fight in a spiritual way, where they'll stand their ground and say, this is who I am, and I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of like all the hard work that I went through to get to this point. So when you meet them, when this relationship begins, they're really somebody who's worked hard and is at a great place because of all that hard work. Like, they've constantly worked hard throughout their entire life. It's something that is just a part of them. That's like their core. They are a hard worker. They also have an intensity when it comes to loving people, loving people in their family, loving their friends, of course, loving you as their future life partner. They really dedicate themselves to everyone. It's such a good like strength card represented here when it comes to relationships. We have come to the edge, and come to the edge has little hearts sprinkled throughout it. They look like petals, but they're actually small hearts. And when I see this card in romance reading, I always think about investing fully into a relationship. So it might seem like this card is just thrown into there with that come to the edge, but to me it's saying that this person fully commits to this relationship. They are 100% in every relationship they're in. And when it comes to this one though, there's something special, as we see them sort of like standing their ground, fighting things off, on the search, working hard. And then we have that come to the edge, saying like, this is the relationship I've been waiting a long time for. This is the relationship I've been hoping for. So with this stack, I would say that it does seem like they're wanting a relationship, but it seems like they either haven't been in one in a while when you two meet, or when you two get together, or none of the relationships that they had were really anything that they felt were long term. But then this changes. We see reveal your gifts with Epiphany, a realization that this is a long-term relationship, something that they can invest into, something that they can really build upon. So when it comes to this stack, it seems like it's somebody who is really willing to put their entirety into this relationship. The personality is all about throwing themselves into everything. They're excited about everything. They're hard workers. They're energetic. They're willing to work on themselves more than anything. They're willing to accept the issues so that they can continue to move forward. I don't see this person as a quitter. So when it comes to like previous relationships they've been in, they worked really hard to try and remedy those relationships. It just didn't work out, because I don't think that those relationships were sort of meant to work out until this relationship comes along. And that's why we have come to the edge with like the confirmation that you can fully invest yourself into this relationship. But it seems like this person has been almost holding out, waiting for this love to come into their life. But I see them being, personality-wise, just a very loving, dedicated person. And that's what I see here with this third stack and the purple crystal. If you'd like to ask a question in a future pick a card video, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well, and want to thank you for watching this video, whatever portion you have, if this is your only reading or if this is where you're stopping. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our fourth stack here and this white crystal, we have the cards here for your future long-term love interest or your life partner. First card is the Six of Pentacles. We have the Chariot, deep knowing, and liberation for yourself. This one seems very similar to the previous stack, stack 3 with the purple crystal, but there's some differences going on here. We can see that this is somebody who has a good understanding of who they are. And we can see that also they're really going to invest themselves into this relationship and sort of not hold back, not worry about maybe like jumping in. But when we're starting off here with the Six of Pentacles, we see a major aspect of their personality. They're a very giving person, somebody who is very concerned with society, with people, just making sure that people are doing well and that they can help people who are in need, and making sure that those who need their help are helped. They're very conscious about everything that's going on around them, and there's somebody who really is dedicated to just making people and humanity better. It seems like a very kind, giving person, and they don't seem to be very self-absorbed, very concerned with anything themselves. Like, they don't seem to be one who has to have the highest quality of anything, or spend a lot of money on themselves. Not to say that they won't look good. I think that this is a person who does dress well, who does put some effort into the way they look. But I see it as more, if they have excess that they don't need, if there's anything that after like putting savings away, after buying what they need, whatever excess there is, they try to donate it. If they have free time, they try to volunteer. It seems like somebody who's just a very giving person, a very socially conscious person. With the Chariot coming in, the Chariot, when I see this card, he sort of has this almost goofy face, and it's sort of awkward. It makes me think like this is somebody who is sort of new, sort of just starting out, or somebody who's sort of awkward. And it could be that in this situation they haven't been in a relationship in a while, or the relationship that they're in when this relationship starts is so new to them, or gives them a feeling that's so different that they almost feel like it's a completely new experience for them. So they're just starting off. It's like they're worried about making mistakes. They're worried about how to go about a relationship, when to contact you, and just if they've said the right thing, if they've said the wrong thing. It seems like they're just trying to figure things out. I would lean more toward that this relationship just seems a little different to them. So it's more that they're trying to figure out how to go about it, so that's why they're a little awkward. I would say that they really seem to like you from the start. So that's also where that like sort of awkward, nervous comes in when I'm seeing this Chariot card. But they're still like fully invested. They're still moving ahead, and they're still wanting the most from this relationship. And I see that mostly coming from that deep knowing card, where we have that little owl representing wisdom. And this person, I would say, it seems like immediately they know this is a lifetime relationship. This is a long-term relationship. And they really, almost like they don't want to mess it up. So they're sort of tiptoeing at first. But with that liberation, free yourself, that's where I see that full investing into this relationship. Like there's a sign that comes in where they know that they can just fully put themselves in and show you how much they like you and how much they care. So I see this relationship evolving into something that's really good and very positive really quickly. It doesn't seem like a bad fast pace. It seems like a good fast pace where you're really getting to know each other and really understanding each other well. This person doesn't feel like they have to hide anything from you. They don't feel like they need to be a different person. Like they want to come in like the Chariot, all perfect and strong, but they're okay with you seeing that maybe they're a little goofy, or they might trip up here and there. So it's something that's really like real with them. They really want this relationship to be unhindered. They want everything out there, out in the open, so that you can really grow. I see this as being a very important relationship to them because of that deep knowing card. They want to have a long-term relationship. They're very concerned with a long-term relationship, and not in a like they're desperate kind of way. It seems like they almost have a sign that this is something that's meant to be. This is something that they need in their life, something that will really sort of complete everything, complete all that they need, all that they want, and just add that like final missing piece to their life puzzle. But overall, with their personality, I think you have those two great aspects of this person being this great giver, this person that's dedicated to humanity, and then at the same time you have this strong, confident, but also goofy character that's coming in. So a really well balanced personality, somebody who is very easy to love is what I'm seeing here with this final stack and the white crystal. So that's what I'm seeing. And if this is your only reading, or if this is where you're stopping, I want to thank you so much for watching whatever portion of the video you have. If you have a question you would like asked in a future pick a card video, feel free to leave it in the comments section. I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well and staying safe and healthy. I want to thank you for liking, commenting, or subscribing if you choose to do any of those things. I would really love to know if any of these cards resonated with you or provided you with any kind of answers. And of course, have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye.